Hello, Spike! Are you in here? Hello? Spike?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you are. I was starting to think you weren't here. I realize this is last minute, but I've decided on a quick trip to the gem cave. I am on an urgent mission to find some faceted iridescence for my new design. And I can't think of any pony I'd rather have along than my favorite basket holder slash bodyguard, Spike. 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 Spike!
What? Oh, hey, Rarity.
Honestly, Spike, it's almost as if you haven't been listening.
Oh, of course I was, but just to be sure, could you say it all again?
I was saying that I had planned on visiting the gem cave.
Oh, no! Is that the time?
Ah! Of course you're right. This is a bit of a late start, and those gems won't pick themselves.
Uh-huh.
But the real question is, which basket do you want to hold? The smaller one, right?
Oh, right. Sorry, Rarity. Can I take a rain check on... What was that again?
The gem cave?
Right. Sounds great. But I need to get to the post office before noon.
All right, very funny. Obviously, you'll get the mega basket, and I shall... Spike? Hello? My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure. Tons of fun. A beautiful heart, faithful and strong. Sharing kindness. It's an easy feat. And magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends? I don't understand. For as long as we've known each other, Spike has never turned down an opportunity to join me here. It's his favorite place. Ideally, you catch the gems, dear. And for a trip to the post office of all places. Maybe you should move closer. And why would Spike need to go to the post office at all? He sends mail by breathing. Breathing, darling. Breath mail. Honestly, Applejack, if you're going to fill in, you could make an attempt to hold the basket the way Spike would.
And how's that?
Well, for one thing, Spike knows how to keep things quiet so as not to waken the bats. And he usually pulls me closely so no gem ever touches the ground.
Rarity, Spike's been following you closely since he got to Ponyville. And in case you hadn't noticed, I ain't Spike!
Actually, Applejack, I have noticed.
Hi, Rarity. What's up?
Besides my mane? Well, that is a question for Spike.
Oh, well, Spike isn't here. I think he's at the post office.
Again? What is it with Spike and the post office?
Rarity, what's going on?
Spike declined my invitation to the gem cave, and I intend to find out why.
That doesn't sound like Spike. Did you two have some sort of fight?
A fight? Goodness, Twilight, what in Equestria would we fight about?
I've had arguments with friends before, and they can put a real strain on friendships.
Well, certainly. But I think I'd remember if we had an argument.
Maybe you didn't realize it? Do you think you could have done something that unintentionally hurt his feelings?
What if I didn't realize what I did? How would I know what I have done when I did it? I wonder if that's it. It certainly would explain his behavior. I must apologize!
For what?
Oh, that's hardly the point. Poor Spikey Wikey! Let's go for a grand gesture!
Okay, good talk.
Wow! That's a big crate of stuff you're mailing.
I'm not mailing it.
Then why are you pushing it into the post office?
Oh, I didn't realize Griffins worked at the Ponyville post office.
Oh, no, I don't work here exactly. I'm the official mail carrier of Griffinstone. Gabby Griffin. Nice to meet ya!
Yes, well, these things aren't for sending. They're for apologizing to Spike.
Oh, Spike was just here. He went to go make us his...
That's perfect. It'll give me a chance to practice. You stand there and tell me if I hit the right apologetic notes.
What are you apologizing for?
Darling, I don't see why that matters. And that is why I simply cannot bear the thought of having hurt you. And even though I don't know what it is that I did, I want you to know that it doesn't matter. Because I am prepared to do anything to make it right. And scene. Oh, sorry, dear.
I said, that sure sounds genuine.
Well, of course it sounds genuine. It is genuine.
Rarity? What are you doing?
Obviously, I'm working on my apology to you, Spike. I don't know how I could be more genuine. I mean, Spike! Oh, Spike, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. You have to forgive me. I don't know what I did or why you are mad at me. Just please say you forgive me. Please.
Of course I forgive you, but, what are you apologizing for?
Why does every pony keep harping on that? Wait, don't you know?
No, I'm not mad at you about anything.
But I don't understand. If you're not upset with me, why in Equestria would you refuse to go to the gem cave?
Because I had other plans?
With me!
I don't understand. You two know each other?
Gabby and I are sort of pen pals.
Yeah! There was this whole thing where I pretended to get a cutie mark because Griffins don't get cutie marks, so Princess Twilight had Spike send a bunch of letters off to Griffinstone about the first Griffin ever to get a cutie mark, which I really didn't have.
Gabby wrote back explaining things, and after that we just started writing back and forth.
Turns out we have a lot in common. We both come from cultures that don't have the friendliest of reputations.
And we're both in the message sending business.
Uh-huh. I sure wish I could send scrolls with my breath.
Aha, yes. Now I understand why you didn't come to the gem cave. Having a friend in town is a rare treat. Look, since you're busy today, maybe we can do something tomorrow. Fabric shopping? I know how you love to pick out the colors.
Actually, now that there's a Griffin at Twilight School, Gabby's here all the time.
Grandpa Gruff asked for a lot of updates about how Gallus is doing. Speaking of which, I better get going.
I'll fly with you.
Well, all right, you two fly along. I'm sure Spike and I can do something some other... time? I cannot decide which shade of purple is the most royal. And there's the pink! How will I ever choose?
Too bad Spike's not here. I bet he could help you narrow it down.
He is a good sounding board, isn't he? you bring the pincushion a little closer, dear? I suppose now that Spike's always so busy with Gabby, I'm just now realizing how much his presence has meant to me over the years. Even closer, darling. I don't want to prick you. I have to admit everything feels a bit less than without him. Too close! Oh, darling, it's no use. Thank you for trying. I'm just accustomed to the help of a small, highly attentive dragon.
Maybe you should let Spike know how grateful you are for everything he's done for you.
Oh, I am sorry, Spike. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Rarity, what are you doing here?
Well, I realize it's late, or rather early, but I have a surprise, and I just couldn't wait to share it. The Great Gem Crevasse of the Crystal Mountains.
Whoa.
It is only accessible once a year, and I thought a little day trip would make a wonderful thank you for all the help you've given me over the years.
Oh, but I'm supposed to meet Gabby today for her rounds.
I see. Well, there's always next year.
You know what? I'll just write her a note.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. Wow. Rarity, you weren't kidding. The gem crevasse was amazing. I'll be snacking on these for a week.
What did I tell you?
Hey, Spike!
Gabby, you won't believe where I went today.
Actually, I think I will. I got your scroll. The Great Gem Crevasse sounds a lot better than doing my rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa! It was definitely better. I gotta get back to Griffinstone, but you have to tell me all about the crevasse tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Rarity. What a great day.
Okay, start from the beginning, because I want to hear everything.
Well, to get to the crevasse, you have to climb across a rope bridge because the air's too thin to fly.
That is amazing! Then what? Whoa!
Sorry, Rarity.
Oh, no apology necessary, Spike. In fact, I was just looking for you.
You were? Why?
Because I just acquired these!
Passes to Power Pony Palooza for today?
I know we just went to the crevasse, but I feel I've barely scratched the surface of expressing my gratitude for all you do.
Well, of course I want to go, but that'll be 2 days in a row we haven't hung out.
Are you kidding? It's Power Pony Palooza. You have to go. And now you'll have 2 things to tell me about.
Okay, come on, Rarity, let's go! Whew, my claws sore.
Indeed. I had no idea how much walking there is at a Power Pony convention.
I know I told Gabby we'd hang out tomorrow, but I might need the whole day to rest.
Ooh, I know what you mean. Perhaps you could just send her another note.
I think maybe you're right.
Honestly, I might need to spend tomorrow putting my hopes up as well. I hadn't counted on Power Pony Palooza being quite so draining, but I thought we might spend the day recuperating together.
No way. Ogres and oubliettes?
Well, I know how much you enjoy it, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity for you to teach me the game.
Spike, I got your note. I figured I'd come by before my rounds with a bowl of energizing turnip soup.
Can Princess Rarity use her shield of the coiffure to defend herself from the purveyor of poor color coordination.
She can try.
Success! Schmerity's shield holds against the green-eyed monster's attack. And that...
Spike?
Oh, hi, Gabby. We were
Your
just...
scroll said you were too tired to do anything today. But I guess you were just too tired to do anything with me.
No, that's not true. I can come with you on your rounds right now.
I don't think so, Spike. Maybe I'll just handle the rounds on my own from now on.
Ooh! Princess Rarity uses her prismatic beam to change that poor monster's color to a more pleasing shade of purple. What do you think, Spike? Solids or prints?
Prince, I guess. You already have a lot of solid colors.
Oh, you're so right. Prince it is. So nice to have you back, Spike. Although, I hope you're able to reconcile with Gabby.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to.
I quite enjoyed our day together, Spike.
Yeah.
Hi, Spike.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen Spike this sad before. Do you know what happened?
Yes, well, perhaps he's still just tired from Power Pony Palooza.
I don't think that's it.
I suppose it's possible it could have something to do with Gabby not wanting to spend time with him anymore.
What? I thought the two of them were hanging out all the time.
They were! Honestly, it took everything I had to convince him to spend any time with me at all. But between Crystal Gem crevasses, Power Pony conventions, and a marathon game of O&O, I managed to get some time in.
It sounds like you made sure he didn't have any time to spend with Gabby at all.
What? I certainly did not. Well, I suppose I may have monopolized him a teeny bit. I've just grown so used to having Spiky Wikey around. I wasn't prepared for how much I'd miss him when he wasn't.
Friendships change, but just because Spike made a new friend doesn't mean he stops being yours.
I know, but now I have to share him. Which I suppose I'll have to get used to. Right after I fix this mess I've made.
Good talk.
Rarity? Is all this stuff for Spike again? Wouldn't it be easier to just give it to him? And why are you even here?
I am here to apologize, actually. More to confess. And all of this stuff isn't for Spike. It's the evidence against me.
Evidence? For what?
For my acts of utter selfishness.
I don't understand.
These are the items I used to lure Spike into spending as much time with me as possible.
They are? You did?
Rarity? What are you doing?
Well, obviously I'm apologizing to Gabby so the two of you can renew your friendship, Spike. Now please, even if you can't forgive me, you simply must forgive Spike! Oh, I actually owe you an apology too.
You apologize a lot.
I wish I didn't need to, but the more time you two spent together, the more I missed my time with Spike, and the more I used every means at my disposal to get it back. I am truly sorry.
You really miss spending time with me?
Oh, of course.
I have to say, after not hanging out with you, I understand why. You're kind of awesome! And I know what it's like to miss that now, too.
So, do you think maybe we could start hanging out again?
Absolutely.
I don't suppose you'd like some company on your rounds right now.
I sure would!
Wonderful! I can't tell you how pleased I am that the two of you have reconciled. suppose Twilight is right. Friendships do change. Of course, Spike and I will always be friends, and I can get used to sharing him.
Sorry, I just didn't want to drop another one and wake the bats.
Darling, catching the gems is what the basket is for.
Wow, you two need to be a lot quieter.
Spike! How wonderful to see you!
Yeah, Gabby and I had a great day, but I'll always still want my Rarity time.
Oh, so that's how it works.
I know how hard you've been working lately, so I figured you could use a break.
Trixie, this looks amazing. But my job doesn't really seem like work. Oh, speaking of... Sure, being counselor for the students at Twilight's School of Friendship is demanding, but... Oh, one sec. What was I saying? Oh, right. Being able to use the experiences of my checkered past to help young students feels pretty great. Oh, yum! Thanks.
Of course, I feel nothing but admiration for the work you do, but it is a little all-consuming, and I miss spending time with you.
What are you talking about? We're spending time right now.
Well...
Hold that thought. Sorry. I cast a spell on the door to my office, so this bracelet goes off whenever there's a knock. Yona is having the worst time with her braids lately. Anyway, you were saying?
My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure.
Tons of fun.
A beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
Sharing kindness.
It's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends?
I totally respect my younger cousins' decisions to stay sea ponies, but they've never been on dry land. Preparing for a visit with them is almost as much work as the research assignment Head Mare Twilight gave me on hazardous fauna of the Everfree Forest. How would you describe a shower to creatures who live in water? So far, I've got warm and steamy. Actually, steam has water in it.
Silverstream, there are a lot of students who want to see me today.
I just need a few shower adjectives that don't rely on the wet part.
Well, there's clean, relaxing,
Relaxing? I don't know. A nap's relaxing too. Warm and clean are okay. Wow, I have to give this some more thought.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm here to help. My door's always open.
Except for today, of course. If we leave now, we can finish everything before sundown.
Trixie, I can't leave. It's almost spring break. Twilight and the others have already left to celebrate the spring solstice in Canterlot, and I have to help the students with any issues before they head home for the holiday.
I know you're busy, but I hope you haven't forgotten about the spring solstastic. The party Maud and Mudbriar are throwing. Sunburst is coming to town. You and I promised to make the cake.
How could I possibly forget about that?
No pony is saying your job isn't important, but plans you make with your friends are important too.
I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have forgotten. Obviously, I need to be available to my students, but that doesn't mean I can't help with all the things we have to do.
Good.
Great. So, what are all the things we have to do?
Maud needs streamers for the decorations. Sunburst wants us to pick up a genuine pre-equestrian spring solstice chafing dish from the antique shop.
Of course he does.
Mudbriar wants a bouquet of flowering sticks, whatever that means. And I thought we were both looking forward to Mrs. Cake teaching us the secret recipe to her famous spring solstice cake.
Oh, I totally am. But we could just buy a cake from her, right?
We could, but then we'd miss out on baking together. Plus, the time I spent flattering and convincing and begging her to share the recipe would be for nothing. And we promised to make a cake, not buy a cake, and the great and powerful Trixie keeps her promises!
Okay, why don't we just split up these jobs? I'll get the streamers and the chafing dish. You get started on those sticks, and I'll be right back. Why don't I just hang on to this? Wouldn't want to forget the things I just said I'd take care of, because I am totally gonna take care of them.
Could it be Plum Blossom?
I have no idea.
Oops. Sorry, Rose, but I need a bouquet of flowering sticks stat.
I thought I was getting the flowering sticks.
I'm still not exactly sure what they are.
No one is.
Right, got it. You get the sticks, I'll get the streamers. Right after I take care of what I'm sure is an even smaller student problem than the last one.
I think I have the shower thing under control, but I can't figure out how to describe a towel.
Now, Smolder, I understand the school can be a bit drafty, but that doesn't mean you can breathe fire anywhere you want. What do you mean Trixie already picked up Sunburst's genuine pre-equestrian equinox chafing dish? That was my job. I think. Wait. Was it? Alice, it's perfectly normal for a changeling to struggle with identity issues, but...
Counselor Starlight! When you're done, I need some synonyms for the word dry. Or really just help explaining the concept.
Wait, Mrs. Cake! You can't close. Trixie and I need to learn the recipe for your equinox cake.
Oh, it's fine, dear. Trixie was already here. I told her everything she needs to know.
What? No! Oh, the great and powerful Trixie might keep her promises, but the busy and distracted Starlight sure doesn't. I promised to help her today, and I haven't done a single thing.
Oh, that does sound hard, dear. And I'm not quite sure how to tell you this, but your health is glowing.
Of course it is. Trixie, what are you doing here?
It's the one place I knew I could find you.
I am so sorry about today. I'm just so
Busy, I know. Obviously, your students are more important than your friends.
That's not...
Starlight, do you have a minute?
Actually, Silverstream, I don't. Besides, I need to lock up the school for the holiday, and it's time you caught the train home. I'm sure a smart and capable student like you can figure out the solution to any problem over the break. But for now, the counselor's office is closed. I have a cake to bake.
Yow! Is this cake supposed to be so sharp? I mean, it looks really interesting.
Technically, it's not symmetrical or aesthetically pleasing.
Maybe it's not the best cake, but we made it together, and that's what counts.
I'm glad you brought it, and everything else. I'm very excited. This is going to be the most perfect party ever.
And with all of your students home for the holiday, I won't have to worry about you being summoned to your office in the middle of it.
Nothing is gonna take me away from this party.
Hello? Starlight? Starlight?
Sorry, this is a private cavern.
Is Starlight here? I was told she'd be here.
What's wrong?
I'm Terramar, Silverstream's brother. I've been looking all over for you. Silverstream is missing!
I don't understand. Silverstream didn't come home?
I was supposed to meet her at the Mount Eris train station, but she never showed up.
It's a long way between Ponyville and Mount Eris. She could be anywhere.
Our parents are leading teams of hippogriffs and sea ponies, searching the land and sea between here and our home. They sent me to check the school.
But the school's closed. All the students are gone.
Are you sure? I know she had a big project due for Twilight. Do you think she might have stayed to finish it?
She never told me about a project.
Well, to be fair, you closed your office the last time she came by.
Really?
What kind of counselor turns away a student with a problem?
The kind with too much on her plate. Starlight has always gone out of her way for her students. And I mean always.
Except apparently when it matters. This is all my fault. You all go back to the party. Terramar and I will check the school. We'll find your sister.
I should have known it couldn't last. Party perfection is more of a Pinkie thing.
I wasn't going to say anything, but these flowers are just glued on, so technically, it wasn't perfect already. But that's probably not important.
You check the grounds and I'll look inside. Silverstream? No! Any creature?
She's not down here.
I don't see her anywhere.
Did you check her room?
Well, she's not here.
No, she isn't. But look at this.
A cockatrice?
Could that be what her project was on? You don't think she went into the Everfree Forest to find a cockatrice by herself, do you?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out. Oh, what are you all doing here?
We came to help.
We couldn't let you handle this alone.
Technically, she wasn't alone. But we wanted to help anyway.
Thanks. All of you. But the students are my responsibility. I'm the one who didn't do my job when it actually mattered.
I might share a bit of the blame for pressuring you into leaving work early.
But I don't want to ruin your party.
We can still have a party. A search party.
Can we talk about all this later? Silverstream might be in the Everfree Forest alone.
We think she went in to do research on cockatrices.
What? The gaze of the cockatrice is known to petrify any who dare to cross its path. And the reptilian birds are elusive and solitary. Where would we even start?
I have a lot of experience telling ponies that I have experience with the dangerous creatures of Everfree Forest. Follow me! The great and directionally astute Trixie says we go left. This way!
we just here?
Trixie, do you have any idea how to find a cockatrice?
No, but usually when there's a dangerous creature in the forest I don't want to meet, this is how I meet them.
We might need a more concrete plan.
Suit yourself.
According to Silverstream's research, the cockatrice prefers rocky terrain and ample shade.
Rocks and shade. I can't imagine where we'll find that in a forest.
Actually, rocks aren't the most hospitable environment for shade trees.
Technically, pine trees like Pinus cembra or Pinus sylvestris can grow from narrow crevasses or cracks in a rocky rhizosphere.
You complete me.
There's some pine trees over there. I thought you said they were solitary.
They are! This must be some kind of migration.
At least there's no sign of Silverstream. I can't imagine getting caught in the middle of that flock.
It's just lucky we're all over here and they're all over there.
Technically,
Don't even say it.
Whatever you do, don't look at them. Their gaze can turn you to stone.
So what do we do?
Sunburst! Stop! It's me!
Starlight! I'm so sorry. We have to get out of here.
I know. Hang on. We can't leave. Silverstream might still be in the forest. Stay here. I'll get the others.
Be careful!
The clucking is coming from everywhere!
The great and powerful Trixie fears no cluck.
Come on! Maud, we've got to get out of here.
I'm not leaving him.
Mudbriar's been turned to stone?
I didn't think I could love him anymore.
We've got to get out of here.
But we haven't found Silverstream! We can't leave yet!
We can't stay here. Come on! This way!
Now what?
Let's hope Silverstream found a good place to hide. There could be hundreds more cockatrices on the way. If this really is a migration, it'll take a full lunar cycle to complete.
Oh, I have to get word back to our parents that Silverstream could be surrounded by those terrifying birds!
And as handsome as Mudbriar is now, we should probably catch one of them to turn him back to normal.
Ugh, this is all my fault. I'm never taking time off from my counseling duties again.
That seems a little extreme.
Really? If I hadn't galloped off to a holiday celebration, Silverstream would be safe with her family, and you'd all be enjoying Maud's party. Instead, my student is missing, we're surrounded by a flock of petrifying chicken snakes, and Maud's boyfriend was turned into a hunk of rock!
You got the hunk part right.
And to top it off, we have no idea if Silverstream even came to Everfree at all. But I have no idea where else to look!
Has that always been there?
What? Oh, that's the student's treehouse. Apparently it grew from the Tree of Harmony and... Of course! That should have been the first place we looked! Silverstream, look out! Counselor Starlight, no! Wait!
me with my project.
I don't understand.
After you encouraged me to solve my own problem, I decided to get my project done before I left. That way I could really focus on my family during my visit. The school was closed, so I came here.
Why didn't you tell anyone? Mom and Dad are worried sick.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Once Edith volunteered to help, I guess I lost track of time. Cockatrices are really friendly if you know how to interact with them.
I can't believe you figured out how to trigger her nesting response.
They are really fascinating creatures. Did you know that they migrate to the Everfree Forest once a year? Can you imagine what would happen if you stumbled on a whole flock of these?
I have a few ideas.
I'm sorry you got turned to stone looking for me, but I'm glad Edith was able to turn you back.
How do you tell the difference?
I have mixed feelings about it.
Technically, I will always be a stick pony, but the experience has given me an even deeper appreciation for the density and permanence of rock.
Swoon.
Silverstream and I should get going, but I wanted to thank you for everything you did to help find her.
I just wish I hadn't abandoned her in the first place.
Starlight, you didn't abandon her.
I might as well have. And even though it turned out all right, things could have been a lot worse.
You can't be expected to supervise your students every second of every day.
I'm not so sure.
I like that you're always available, but it kind of makes it okay to come to you with stuff that maybe isn't super important.
Of course, being a school counselor is a big responsibility, but always being at work isn't fair to any pony, especially me.
Do you think if I had set times to see me, it might help you decide what you really need to talk about?
To be honest, you really weren't very helpful with the other stuff anyway.
Yeah, wait, what?
Happy Spring Solstastic, every pony! Who wants a piece of Mrs. Cake's famous...
Petrified dessert?
You had me at petrified.
I know we've had this day marked on the calendar for quite a while, but it's finally here.
Yep.
Sure is. What?
The confluence. A harvest 100 moons in the making. When every apple comes ripe at the same time. Big Mac's been up late working on this schedule so we can be sure not to miss a single tree. All it'll take now is a few days of hard work. Who's with me?
Oh, that looks like a lot of work. Oh, don't you worry, Chickabiddy. We got this confluence under control. I got us some help.
That's great, Granny. Twilight and the others are too busy at the school to lend a hoof. We could sure use some more muscle. Who'd you get? Brayburn? Honeycrisp?
Even better.
Well, howdy, y'all. Now that's how you wake a pony up.
Goldy delicious.
Granny told me y'all could use a helping hoof with this here confluence, so I came a-running.
Well, with the harvest this big, we're grateful for all the help we can get. I guess.
Yep.
That's too bad y'all ain't ever caught the great seedling. He'd granted you a perpetual harvest, confluence or no.
The great seedling? Well, now, I haven't thought about that old mare's tail for years.
The great seedling ain't no mare's tail. He's a magical earth spirit. All the colors of the harvest that travels from farm to farm, daring ponies to catch him. And those that have the ingenuity are rewarded with crops that are always in bloom. And he's as real as you and me!
As I'm up to recall, Apple Bloom used to love setting traps for the great seedling when she was a youngin'.
Well, I'm pretty sure she's outgrown the whole thing by now. Right, Apple Bloom?
Or maybe I'm big enough now to finally catch him! Who's with me? faithful and strong.
Sharing kindness.
It's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete to have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends?
Apple Bloom, you haven't hunted for the great seedling since you were little. Why would you want to start again now?
The confluence is so big! He's bound to show up. And if we catch him, he'll make all the apples ripe all the time! Right, Goldie?
That's right, young filly.
Oh, just imagine, Sweet Apple Acres would be the busiest orchard in Equestria. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
Don't forget we have actual work to do, too.
Nothing like a little filly enjoying the harvest.
I don't mind Apple Bloom having fun, but there's honest-to-goodness work to do that doesn't have a thing to do with an old legend.
Oh, quit worrying, Sugar Booger.
Apple Bloom can hunt for the seedling all she wants.
If you're so fretified about work, why don't you and your brother get to bucking your own selves?
Granny's right. Come on, sleepyhead. Let's get to work.
Yep.
And if she had two of them, it would have been a pair of pears.
As much as I appreciate her volunteering, I'm not sure how much help Goldie's gonna be.
Oh, now that reminds me of the time Dottie, that's my cheetah, you understand, she found out where I keep the catnip.
I love hearing her and Granny spinning yarns, but it looks like the harvesting's up to us. You're gonna have to redo that schedule.
Yep.
And as much as I'd rather Apple Bloom were helping, I guess there's no harm in her hunting the great seedling for a day, right? Big Mac!
Gotcha! Aw, you ain't the great seedling.
Nope.
We fell behind a bit yesterday, so we need every pony at their best.
If that's your brother's best, we might be done for.
He was just up late working out a new schedule so we can stay on track.
I didn't sleep either. I was too excited. I can't wait to see if I caught the great seedling.
I hope you're ready to cheer Apple Bloom up when her traps come up empty.
Every pony, come quick! You gotta see!
What in blazes is all the excitement about?
Look! The great seedling did this, didn't he?
Well, braid my mane. This sure looked like great seedling tracks to me.
Oh, I knew it! He was here! The great seedling was here! Isn't that amazing, Applejack?
Yeah, amazing.
Isn't it beautiful? I just can't believe the great seedling was really here.
Neither can I.
What do you think this means?
Oh, well, it looks to me like a challenge. The seedling wants you to know that he was here, and he's daring you to catch him.
You think I still have a chance?
You're an apple, ain't you?
Why, if you set enough traps, you're bound to catch him.
You're right! And that's just what I'm gonna do. Look out, great seedling! Here I come!
Now, why would you go and do a thing like that?
Nothing like what?
You know what I mean. We got enough work to do without you distracting Apple Bloom by making some apple tracks and pretending the great seedling did it.
I did no such thing!
What in the tater tarnation would make you say a thing like that?
Well, some pony did it. And she sure seems to be enjoying this quite a lot.
I'm enjoying it because Apple Bloom's enjoying it.
Uh-huh. And I suppose you two didn't do it either?
Nope.
Of course not. But I suppose it could have been Goldie's cats. Why don't you ask them?
Have you considered that maybe it was the great seedling after all?
Ha ha, very funny.
I swear, sometimes I think she's part mule.
Apple Bloom?
You know where there's more rope? I've got a lot of traps to make if I'm gonna catch the great seedling.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I know you're excited, but we sure could use your help today. Are you sure you want to spend time trying to catch something that might not even be real?
What? But the great seedling is real. You saw the tracks. You think those appeared all by themselves?
I don't know who made the tracks, but I don't think it was the great seedling.
Why not?
Because the great seedling is just something to make the harvest fun for youngins. And you're old enough now to know that there's a time for fun and there's a time for work.
But catching the great seedling is helping. He can make the trees blossom all the time.
All right. How about this? If you help me with the harvest today, I'll help you set traps for the great seedling tonight. Deal?
Woohoo! Yes! It's a deal!
Kinda looks like those seedling tracks, huh?
Sure, if there were hundreds of apples in a bunch of different lines.
Well, if enough apples fell or got knocked down, by the wind maybe, or animals. I'm just saying there's a lot of possible explanations.
And one of them is the great seedling.
And the rest of them ain't.
That ain't what you thought when you was a foal.
What does that mean?
Your sister was plumb loco about catching the great seedling when she was your age. Same as you are now. Worse even.
Oh, is that so? Do tell, Granny.
Well, now, it must have been the last confluency, I reckon. I was supposed to keep an eye on your sister, but she was slipperier than an apple seed. Applejack, get your flag back here. You're supposed to be sorting in the barn.
Sorry, Granny. I gotta check my traps or the great seedling might get away. Now, where'd I put that trap?
Bust my buds. Where's that young'un get to? She spent the better half of the day stuck in that trap.
And missed out on helping with the harvest because I was chasing something for little foals. I felt guilty every pony else had to work harder because of me. So I decided right then and there I was too old to waste any more time on the great seedling.
Oh, we finished the harvest just fine, but we laughed about that story for years.
I'm still laughing.
I'm sorry that happened, Applejack, but it won't if you and me set traps together like you promised. Plus, we'll get them done twice as fast and won't miss out on any of the harvest.
Then let's get to work.
It sure was fun setting up all those traps together.
I forgot what a good time it could be. If any two ponies can catch the great seedling, it's us.
I can't wait to check in the morning.
Now, there's still plenty of harvesting to do. So promise me you'll help, even if all our traps are empty.
I promise. So long as you're ready for the bountiful harvest, the great seedling's gonna give us when one of our traps nab 'em.
Deal. Yeah.
Come on, Applejack! If we hurry, we can check every trap and still stay on schedule!
Now, that's what I like to hit. Whoa.
I don't believe it!
This must have taken all night.
Yep.
Nothing!
Huh?
I checked all the traps near the tracks. Everyone was sprung, but they're all empty.
Every trap sprung? No way critters did this. Or the wind. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe the great seedling really was here.
So, you're finally ready to admit the great seedling might be real?
I can't think of anything else that could have laid out these tracks and sprung all our traps.
And if he left this many tracks behind, he's practically begging us to catch 'em.
Ah, you ain't never seen anything like this before.
Well, tell us what you have seen. Goldie, you too. We need to know it all if we're really gonna catch him.
Sure, Goldie and I'll tell you all about the great seedling all day while we work.
Work? Apple Bloom and I don't have time to work today. We've got to set up traps in every row, even the carrots, just to be sure.
Yesterday you said the great seedling was just something to make the harvest fun for youngins.
That was before I thought we could actually catch them. Besides, Big Mac can make time on the schedule for us to set traps, right?
Yep.
Great. Get to it. Apple Bloom and I are gonna go capture us the great seedling. All right, just one more hill to go.
What's wrong, Big Mac?
Is this right?
Yup.
But that doesn't make any sense. How can all these trees be bare if we haven't bucked them yet?
Seems like more work of the great seedling to me.
How do you mean?
Well, the closer you get to catching the critter, the more mischievous it gets.
You're saying the great seedling is taking our apples?
Yes, sounds like he's fixing to throw you off the stand.
Have you ever heard of any pony actually catching them?
Oh, there are stories, but it's hard to say for sure. He's quite the trickster. Guess that's why the reward is so great if you can trap him.
Well, his tricks have given me an idea. Setting traps is one thing, but I reckon if we keep watch over the trees that haven't been bucked, the seedling won't know what hit him.
That's a great idea. Any pony else want to stay up with us?
An old pony like me needs a beauty rest, but you young'uns have a good time.
My kitties can't sleep unless they're curled up on my haunches. But I can't wait to see the great seedling with my own eyes once you catch him.
Guess it's just you and me.
Too bad no pony else wanted to come out, but I'm glad we're doing this together.
Me too. It's been a long time since I was on a real seedling hunt, and this is the first time doing it with my little sister.
when did you start trying to catch the great seedling?
I couldn't have been much more than a foal. I remember our parents tucking Big Mac and me in and telling us all about the great seedling. I got so excited I could barely sleep, so I... Don't you worry, Sugar Cube. I won't let him get away.
Applejack, wake up!
Huh? What is it?
I think a trap went off.
Well, let's go check it out. See anything?
Mm-mm.
Don't scare him off. We gotta lead him into one of the traps.
I'm not worried about scaring him. I think the great seedling's hunting us!
Apple Bloom, wait! Huh?
Applejack!
Big Mac? He's been harvesting in his sleep this whole time.
Big Mac is the great seedling?
You okay, Big Mac?
Nope.
And thanks to all of Big Mac's late night work, we brought in the whole harvest with time to spare.
No wonder you were so tired all the time.
Yep.
I'm glad we solved the mystery, but I really wanted to catch the great seedling before I get too old to try.
You know what, Sugar Cube? You're never too old to be a filly. There will always be work to do, but having fun together is something you never grow out of.
Well, looks like you don't need me no more. Time to get home before Dottie gets in the catnip again. I have stories about that, I'll tell you what.
We're real glad you came, Goldie.
Sure are. Come back next year.
Oh, looks like you forgot to clean up the carrots.
Huh. Big Mac wasn't harvesting the carrots, just the apples. You know what this means?
Time for another hunt!
Look out, great seedling! Here